Our next 50th anniversary of the Baylor Line story is a story of hope and celebration and strength. You see, the Baylor Line was an all-male student organization till the mid-90s. So from 1970 to 1994, women weren't part of the Baylor Line. Fast forward to 2017, when Baylor invites all those women back to campus for the sole purpose of celebrating and honoring their important part of the Baylor family. Let's hear their story from the line now.
You know, there is not a more unifying thing than a shared experience. And Baylor, being older than the state of Texas, has given us a lot of great traditions through the years that we share. And it brings us together. And when we converge tens of thousands of students and alumni onto McLean Stadium, we're all unified. All of our differences fall away. We're just here to cheer on the Bears. And that always is led off by the Baylor Line running out.
I had not been president very long. It was just a month or two. And I got an email from an alum, and she sent me a note saying, I would love to be able to run the line because the women couldn't run the line when I was in school at Baylor, and I really want the opportunity. So could I please run the line one Saturday with the freshmen? Men were the ones that ran the line until 1994, and then they allowed women to. So all of our female students before that did not have the opportunity. And so then I thought, well, I can't let one person run the line by themselves because then, of course, everybody would want to do it. So then I said, do you think we could maybe do some special event where we let the women who didn't get to run the line at one of the football games? And so then we kind of began the planning for the day and for the running of the line.
When the ceremonial line was announced, I immediately sent a text to my pledge sisters that said, y'all, we're going to do this.
The second we heard about it, my sister and I signed up.
One of the greatest things about it was one of the biggest challenges. When we first started the planning, they thought, well, we might have 200 or 300 women run the line. And the next thing I know, I get a call, there's going to be 800 women. Oh no. And then it was like 1,000. And we bought all the gold jerseys in the entire United States. We had to start ordering them from overseas. We started giving out gold t-shirts. And they had to rearrange how we were going to run the line because we had so many women wanting to run the line.
We came together that day, and the energy outside the stadium, even before we got to the tunnel, was incredible. The women that were there were hilarious. I mean, the signs that said, don't run me over, I could be your mom, or there was a blow-up walker that someone was using.
All I could think about is this is much scarier than I expected it to be, because you don't want to be the old lady that falls on the 50-yard line in front of everybody. And then I thought, wow, we're all really keyed up. Are we going to trample each other?
My favorite memory of being there that day was when we were in the tunnel and we were all down there just packed in, and you know, the current students watching us and being like, yay! And then you looked up, and up the railing of the tunnel were dads, granddads, kids. It was like the paparazzi taking our picture.
When we were running, I will tell you that I thought it was Chariots of Fire or Michael Johnson Fast. I was transported that day back to when my grandfather played football at Baylor, and my father ran track at Baylor, and that connection to the historic Baylor Line was really what struck me that day.
Well, I've almost got chill bumps right now as I'm thinking about it again and reliving that moment. The whole aura of that morning was just something that was just so awe-inspiring.
The experience of being in the line was something, again, that I really wasn't expecting. Even just the little things like wearing the jersey.
Whether you're sitting up in the stands or you have the opportunity to run it on the field, that sea of yellow that comes out, I still get tears every time. And so getting to experience that makes that even deeper for me now. It's incredible.
I'm so glad that so many women were able to enjoy and understand and see what it's like for the students who have been on the field running that line all these years.
So it was just one of those times when there was so much feeling of we're all on the same page, we all support Baylor, and we're so excited to have this chance to share this experience. Now when I get to cheer with the line running across the field and starting the game, like, oh, I got to do that too.
Now, I think doing this made a really important statement. One, it gave us the opportunity to acknowledge that one of our past practices probably wasn't the best practice that we could have had, that we would only allow the men to run. And so it was an acknowledgement of that. But it was also sort of a repairing of that by allowing the women to run and sort of bringing some healing to that and giving them that experience and that opportunity that all of the women since then had had. So it was linking, I think, the past and the present in a really important way that brought healing and joy to the Baylor family. You know, it was a wonderful experience that day and still brings me great joy every time I think about it. Honestly, to this day, it is still one of the most special days of my presidency, was the opportunity to do that and then being there on that day with the women.